welcome to Visions. I'm Mirella Rich. Today our guests are Valerie Farfalla and Trish Posterino from Reds Under the Bed Activist Cabaret. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Now, to start with, can you tell us what Reds Under the Bed Activist Cabaret is and where you got the name from?
Yes, certainly. We're a bunch of 5 women. We write our own music, satirical, black-humoured songs on social issues and politics.
Wow.
And basically we have a lot of comedy sketches in our cabaret.
Yeah.
The name originally came from Reds Under the Bed, the communists, and of course that could be offensive to some people. I can really understand that, Europeans who've escaped from communism. But our terms of Reds Under the Bed, the way we mean it, is we would like to get under the beds of the neoconservatives and prod them in our red tights.
Right.
Because we think that it's time for a change.
Oh, okay. And what sort of changes are you trying to make?
Well, we really like to see more social justice, more human rights for people like asylum seekers, unemployed people who people say they work when they only work 1 hour a week.
Right.
That sort of thing.
Okay. And Trish, can you tell us a little bit about your own background?
My background is community development. That's my sort of academic background and teaching. But I also have background in music, like singing telegrams. I ran my own singing telegram company for nearly 10 years.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah, and
so you used to arrive at people's doorsteps singing?
Yes, indeed.
Wow, how cute. What an adventure.
So my man making up songs and has always been with me.
Beautiful. So this suits you down to the ground?
Absolutely.
Making
But it suits me even more so as it's developed into addressing the issues of the community. It's being the voice for the community.
Yeah. And can you tell us about your background, Valerie?
Well, I was born in Adelaide into a conservative, liberal voting family where everyone supported Menzies at that time. I was the rebel in the group. And when I moved to Melbourne and started working as a journalist at The Age, that sort of work continued. I got involved in the AJA, in the union there, and continued on, and always interested in music and songwriting. And then in 2005, when Trish and I met with several others, it seemed like it was a magic moment. We all reached the same stage. We'd been disappointed in the new government and the fact that social reforms had been set back. And we wanted to express this through our music and cabaret. We also found that the group was very therapeutic. Because we could get together and have a laugh or help solve each other's problems.
And what sort of things do you cover in the group? What sort of issues come up in the little cabaret performances?
Oh, well, homelessness, refugees, the Indigenous issues, and a plethora of, issues that are out there. Industrial relations, it goes on. There's a lot of human rights.
And would you cover one issue in each performance, or do you cover a gamut of issues in each performance?
No, we actually have a collaboration of songs that, and there's a whole catalogue of songs that's addressing different issues, and we might have a bracket of 2 or 3 songs sometimes. Other times it's mixed, in depending on the theme of our show, because it is a cabaret performance, so we twine it into, what we want to say.
And what sort of feedback do you get from the audience?
Well, we know we have a select audience at this stage. There are people who are probably left of centre in their politics, and all the children of our friends, families and things. But people who want thought-provoking songs, and people who are a bit sick of apathy, but want a bit of a laugh and some entertainment along the way. So we've had very good feedback. We've been improving too, so we've had that sort of feedback too.
And do you think it makes a difference in society when you do a performance? In what way do you feel that happens?
I think it's important that we're making a connection, and a musical and comical connection is very important. I think it's relaxed, and you're finding that people can laugh, they can relax, and they can open their ears and their hearts to possibly what our message.
Because once they're relaxed and they're happy and listening, they're more open to
responsive.
That's beautiful. And how often do you rehearse together?
We rehearse about once a week.
Right.
Sometimes more often. And as I said, it's therapeutic. It's also we discuss the latest events of the week, and sometimes we rage at each other, but mostly we're very cooperative and get on pretty well, actually.
And your husband's come in and hold you back.
There's not much of the raging, really. There's a lot of belly laughing,
yeah,
of course, which Trish generates.
Oh, beautiful.
And so most of the time, if our husbands come in, we're all rolling on the floor laughing.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. So they tend to think it's good fun.
Good.
And they're very supportive. They often come along and move all the equipment for us and act as roadies.
Lovely.
Yeah. Or they might act as the doorman when we're trying to get people in the doors.
And do they support the issues? Do they get involved in that area as well?
They do support the issues very much. They feel the same about the issues.
And we are a mixed group. Not all of us have husbands, but there's some single mums as well, and that's where we connect. Also, we're a good cross section of representation of the community, and I'm sure there's parts of our lives that really connect with the issues of the community.
And what gives you the most joy and satisfaction from being part of this group?
For me, I just think it's making that connection, being a voice for people, and also just making people laugh. I thoroughly enjoy the response from people. And of course there's when things change, when people come up to you after the show and want to discuss some of the songs. It's really
even
good.
Putting it out there, encourages change. Whether you see the person directly and you're talking to them directly or not, it actually by putting it out there, you're thinking it and you're probably bringing it towards you anyway.
Absolutely, it's bringing it up to the fore.
Sometimes we include the audience by having rousing choruses. And they get involved.
Yeah.
And we've worked together with other groups like the Conch and the Victorian Trade Union Choir on a fundraiser for homelessness. Yeah. So we work together and network with other groups as well. And the other women in the group, there's Susie and Marita and Jazz. Yeah. And as Trish said, they all come with very interesting backgrounds in cabaret, jazz, songwriting.
Beautiful. So everyone's got some talent to give.
Oh, absolutely. And being able to bring that connection to different people. We have a children's writer on board, and we have someone who is actually works with youth detention. Yeah. And it just goes on. It's really good. Yeah.
About to go to a break now.
Yeah.
You're watching Visions. Stay with us. We'll be back with more very shortly.